What's up, y'all? Today I thought that I would do a fun little video for the start of the new year, a little vision board making and goal setting and all that fun stuff. I apologize in advance that my voice sounds like a creepy old man. I have been a little bit sick and under the weather, but I wanted to do this video for you guys because I am at home, I'm off work, so I wanted to go ahead and do this video kind of for me as well. I did a video like this last year and I will just be honest, I kind of like overshot it a little bit. I just think that when I set my goals last year, I just had too many things, like too many categories, too many things. And not to say that you can ever set too many goals or anything, but I just think that this year I am going to kind of focus things down a little bit and figure out like what is the most important to me and what I most want to achieve, instead of just having a whole bunch of goals just for the sake of having a whole bunch of goals. So I made a list of my goals and then I kind of narrowed it down into like 5 or 6 like overarching goals of the year, like the ones that I most want to achieve, the ones that are going to kind of encompass all the other smaller things that I want to achieve in this year. And I also kind of gave myself like a little like phrase, I guess I would say, for the year, and that is for me. So everything that I'm doing this year is for me. I'm not doing anything for anybody else. And I know that that sounds very cliche and just like, okay, well, why are you doing things for other people and not yourself anyway? And you know, that's a really good question, but last year I felt like I did a lot of things because I was supposed to, or because it's what people think that I should have been doing for whatever stage of my life that I was in. And I don't really want to do that anymore. This year I kind of just want to kind of go with the flow and kind of see what happens and just do stuff that makes me happy. And if it doesn't make other people happy, then oh well, because this is my life, not theirs, and they can either come along for the ride or not. And that's not really something that I want to focus on this year. Is if people are okay with what I'm doing, I want to be okay with what I'm doing. And I just like, it's only like a couple days into the year and I just am feeling so positive about this year. And I know that that probably sounds stupid. A lot of people are just like, it's just another year, like you're not going to change or whatever, but it does for me this year kind of feel like a fresh, clean slate to start on. So I thought that I would make a little vision board. I made one in a previous video and I've had it as my computer wallpaper and I really like it and stuff, but I did a lot of that just kind of for the aesthetic and not necessarily for like goals and stuff. So I want to go in and make a vision board with my goals and pictures that kind of represent what I want to achieve this year, and I'm going to set that as my computer background so that I'll have something to look at. I have mentioned this before, I'm not super into like manifest what you want. I mean, I kind of am, but I don't think that manifesting is just you say I am rich and like $1,000 shows up in your bank account. I definitely feel that you can manifest things all day long, but you actually have to put some action behind it. So I do have a lot of like words of affirmation and manifestation like quotes that I want to put on here, but that's not to say that I just think that they're going to come true without doing anything to make these things happen. So I kind of want to go over that as well. Just for the sake of time, I went ahead and saved a lot of stuff to my Pinterest board. I will go ahead and link my Pinterest board down below that I will be using. So I'm going to go ahead and get to making my vision board, and then I'm going to kind of go over my goals with you guys. So now that I have everything that I had saved to my Pinterest board saved to my computer as like an image, I'm gonna go to Canva and create like a wallpaper. So this is what I did last time when I did it, and I will link the video where I made my wallpaper before. I'll link that down below if anyone's interested. The only reason I'm going back and using this is because I already know like the pixel size is right, or like the dimensions or whatever are right. So now that I'm on Canva, this is my previous wallpaper that I had made, and so I'm just gonna hit add a page because it'll make it blank, but it'll make it the same size as this one. Again, I apologize for my voice because I know it sounds disgusting, but anyway, I'm gonna go over here and click upload media, and then I just saved everything onto a folder called 2022 onto my desktop, and then I am going to Command A, selects all of them, and then I'm just gonna hit open and wait for them all to upload over here. So here I have all of photos that I uploaded. I have a mixture of regular pictures and then some quotes and stuff. Some of the quotes may not fit, so I may end up just like like typing them out and putting them in my own font and stuff, because some of them I really do like, but I just don't think I'm gonna be able to make all of them fit. So I'm gonna try my best, but if not, that's probably what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to working on this and get everything fitting how I want to, and kind of have my little sections of everything, and then we will kind of go over what my goals are for the year, and I will share everything that I have in store for 2022 with you guys. So that ended up taking me a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but I just wanted to be able to get all the pictures that I wanted and all the sayings and everything like that on there. So I ended up having to move to the other side of the table because the light was coming in weird. But it is finished, and I am excited to share it with you guys and kind of go over my goals and all that good stuff. So let's just get right into it. So this is the final product. I got a little bit creative over here with the circles and stuff, and did some little background circles so that you could differentiate the pictures. That way I could actually see what the pictures are of. And then I went ahead and put some quotes on here. Like I said, I just typed those instead of putting the actual picture of them, and then I put this little like thing behind it so you could actually tell what it says. So I tried to kind of categorize like things in the vision board. So over here I have all house stuff. All this is like YouTube business stuff. This over here is all fun stuff, and then the quotes just kind of go like wherever they fit. I also have a check right here. This is just for me. I have seen several people do this where they basically like write a check to themselves, and then they put like an amount of money that they either want to make or earn or whatever it is. And so I went ahead and put that on there. I just picked not really a random number. I mean, it is a random number, but this number has kind of been like coming up in my mind a lot recently, so I went ahead and put that on there. I didn't put, you know, what it was for, how I earned that money or anything. It's literally just a check made out to me for that certain amount, and so we'll see if it comes true. If it does, that would be super cool, and I will definitely reference back to this video and share with you guys. But I went ahead and put that on there just because, I don't know, it's kind of been like weighing on me to like put it on there for some reason, which this sounds so dramatic, and it's really not as serious as I'm probably making it sound. But for me, this is kind of what works. I want to have a vision board so I can see all the things that I want to achieve and all the things that I just want to do in 2020, and that way I'll have a thing to look at and kind of motivate me every day when I'm feeling, you know, stuck, to go back and see it and be like, you know, this is what I'm supposed to be doing and stuff like that. Next, I'm going to go over my goals with you guys. I set 6 different ones this year. Last year I had like 6 different categories and like 6 goals in each group, and as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I just went ahead and I made 6 goals. They're pretty broad, but they kind of also encompass other goals that I have. So the first goal that I have for 2022 is to start a new job that I actually enjoy and leaves time for my personal life. So I will just preface that by saying I am very grateful for the job that I have now. All my bills are paid on time every month. I never have to worry about, you know, am I going to be able to eat out at Chick-fil-A this week or whatever it is. You know, I have insurance. I've met great people through my job, but my job is just not, you know, what I want to do forever. And I knew that from the beginning. I've been there a little over a year now, and I do love the people that I work with, but it's just not the job that I want to have, you know, until I'm old enough to retire. And I knew that from the beginning. And so this year I want to kind of step out and try to find something else, something that I truly enjoy, no matter what that is. As long as my bills are paid and I'm happy, then that is really all that matters. So that is one big thing that I'm doing this year. I'm kind of looking for a new job. I don't really have any idea what direction I want to go. I do have a degree in criminal justice, but I don't think that that's what I want to do anymore. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out what I can do without going back to school, that I will be able to make enough money to pay my bills, and that I will also really enjoy. So I'm hoping by the end of 2022 that I will be able to figure that out, have a new job, and, you know, be doing something that I love to do, something I wake up super excited about every day. That is probably my biggest goal of the entire year. But with that being said, I do have a couple other things that kind of go along with finding a new job. So another goal that I have is to get monetized on YouTube. Right now I'm a little over halfway there. So by the end of the year I hope to have 1,000 subscribers and be able to apply for monetization. But without that, I hope to have a consistent second source of income, whether that be YouTube, whether that be just some other side hustle that I make money off of. I recently signed up to be a travel agent, so So whether it be off of that every month, commissions that I make, no matter what that amount is. I don't necessarily need, you know, 2 full-time salaries, but just a little bit of extra cushion every month would be super nice. I really want to diversify my income. Maybe buy a new property, make it an Airbnb. Me and Jonathan have been talking about that for a little while now. So we'll just kind of see where it goes. I didn't put like an exact thing that I want to be my second source of income. I have like a list of things that it could possibly be. And to be honest, as long as it is a second source of income, I really don't care what it is, as long, again, as it's something that I enjoy and that I'm happy to do, whether that be a job or, like I said, a rental property or something like that. I don't really care as long as I enjoy doing it and it is making me a little bit of extra money. That is always nice. And then going along with being a travel agent, another goal that I have since I just started that literally a week ago as I'm filming this, one of my goals is to sell $5,000 worth of travel. That doesn't necessarily mean $5,000 in my pocket. That won't be my commission. That's not my goal, is $5,000 in commission. Of course, that would be awesome, but my goal is strictly just selling $5,000 worth of travel, not necessarily that I would get all of that. That is just a small goal that I have right now. I have no clientele or anything, so I have currently sold nothing. Of course, I've only been in this a week, but I've sold nothing. I don't have anything planned right now, but I'm hoping by the end of the year I can sell at least $5,000 worth of stuff. So if you or anyone you know is looking to travel or anything like that, I will link my travel site down in the description. It's at no extra cost to you to ask me and inquire about traveling or anything like that. I know a lot of people probably have a misconception about travel agents, but just had to throw that little self-promo in there. In my goals, you know, can't achieve your goals if you're not telling people about them, so wanted to throw that in there. And then the fifth goal that I have for the year has to do with me and Axel. If you have been following me for a while, or even if you haven't, just a little, you know, recap. I do have a German Shepherd. I also have a mixed breed, but I can't compete with my mixed breed because he is not AKC registered, but Axel is. He is a German Shepherd, and we have already earned 2 AKC titles together. He has earned his VHMP, which is a virtual home manners, as a puppy, and then he also earned his TKN title, which is like the novice trick title. So this year, one of my goals with Axel is to earn 3 more AKC titles. I don't really care what they are in. I just want 3 titles, whether that's trick titles or obedience, anything like that. I'll be happy with any 3. But if I could have my pick for top 3, my top 3 would be Fast Cat, which is basically speed, to see how fast they run. My second would be Scent Work. That's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. They use their nose to find things. And then the third would be obedience. There are several obedience trials that we could do, and honestly, he has done really well, but I've kind of slacked on my training a little bit, so we definitely want to get back into training so that we could exceed at those trials and not go out there and look ridiculous. I definitely think that he could easily earn a title in any of those 3 things, and we actually have a Fast Cat event next weekend near us that we are going to be attending. I'm hoping that by the end of the year we will have 3 new titles. I think it's so much fun for me. It builds his confidence. He enjoys it, and it's just a lot of fun to meet new people at these events and everything like that. So I'm really excited to kind of branch out and try new things with him instead of just all the ones that I can record and send in myself. I actually want to do some AKC events that are like in-person trialing. So that is my biggest goal with Axel this year. And then for my last goal, this is kind of a goal between Jonathan and I. We want to move to another state this year. So we are currently living in North Carolina. This is where we both were born and raised, basically. So I've lived here all my life. Jonathan has lived here almost all of his life, and we are just ready for something new. We want new jobs, new friends, new experiences, all that good stuff. And we've been talking about it for a while. Our closest friends and family already know about this. Been in the works, like I said, probably since around the time that we got married. A little before that, it's always been Jonathan's dream to kind of move and go out west. He's done it before. He didn't live there full time, but he really enjoyed it out there, and I'm just ready for a change of scenery, you know, new friends. I'm ready to meet new people, experience new stuff, and I think it will be great for me in finding a new job to move somewhere new where I don't know anybody, I don't know anything, and it'll just be a fresh start for both of us. And this year is perfect for that. We just got married. We don't have kids. We're not planning to have kids this year or even in the next couple years, really. So it's just me and him and our dogs, and we can basically pick up and go wherever we want, whenever we want to. And so that is kind of why we want to do that this year. To be honest, our plan is in the next probably 4 to 5 months we want to move to Colorado. That is kind of where Jonathan has picked for us because he knows the job that he wants. He's been in contact with several employers, and I'm just kind of along for the ride. I'm super excited for it, excited for all the the content that I'll be able to make whenever we do make that move. But I'm really excited for that, and that is one of our biggest goals this year, is to move not only out of our house but out of our state and just go somewhere else and start fresh and do all the things and see all the things that this crazy life has to offer, because now more than ever we know that you don't know what tomorrow brings, whether it is some crazy disease that it seems like it is never going to go away, or you know, the loss of loved ones, or whatever that is. We just want to live our life to the fullest, and I truly mean that, and not just like in a cliche, like we want to have fun. Like we really want to, you know, make our life, like, not to say worth living, but in a sense, you know, we want to make it worth it. We're only 22 and 25 once, so we want to make the most of it while we still can, kind of get it out of our system before we decide that we want to settle down somewhere. And so I'm really excited for that. I know my mom is super upset and she's gonna miss me a lot, but if you're thinking about moving away and that is like the one thing that is stopping you, just know you're not moving to Mars. They can always come see you, and you can always come back home if you need to. So don't let that be the only thing that stops you from doing what you want to do. This year, like I said before, I'm doing things for me. I'm doing things that will make me happy in the long term and the short term, whatever that may be. And if other people don't like it, well, then that's okay, because it's not their life to live. So that is pretty much all I had for this video. I wanted to share my goals with you guys, kind of have it for myself so that I could look back on it again at the end of the year. If you have set your goals or New Year's resolutions or anything like that, comment them down below. I would love to hear what you guys are wanting to do this year and kind of hold each other accountable. So that is going to be all for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys next time.